It's Community Crunch Day, guys, and it's Community Crunch number 467. And we've got quite a few things to go through in this crunch. Not only have they given us the dossier for the Megaraptor, which is coming to Valguero. My guess for Valguero at the moment is September, but also we have information on a major update coming next week, which has some awesome stuff in. So I'm going to be reading through all of that in today's video. As always, if you guys enjoy, drop a like, subscribe, come and join us in the LoadedCrysis cluster, link to our Discord down below to our free servers, and let's get in with the video. Now, it's safe to say it was a very, very interesting week after the launch of Aquatica, which probably couldn't have gone any worse than it actually did. I know there's still a lot of issues going on with that, and they're trying to get things fixed, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, introducing the Megaraptor. Welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. This week, we're giving you a closer look at the terror soon to be stalking Valguero's shadows, Megaraptor. Don't expect pack tactics. This is lives for the hunt, picking off prey with chilling precision and a glare that sends that would be rescuers fleeing. If it locks eyes on you, don't expect a rescue. If it pounces, it's already too late. This thing sounds terrifying. The Megaraptor will descend upon Ark Survival Ascended for free with the launch of Valguero Ascended, created by prolific Nakatus later this year. That's what's also making me feel a little bit more like, you know, when I was worried that Valguero might not come this year because I thought they were going to put all their eggs in one basket with Lost Colony. I was really glad that they've got Nakatus, and I wonder if he's working on it with other wildcard devs. I'm not sure, or on his own. But anyway, so this is the dossier for the Megaraptor. So trust me, you don't want one of these creepy killers hunting you. The Megaraptor picks off his victims one at a time, like the villain in an old school slasher flick. I think we know what that is. And once you've been targeted, your stalker will scare away your friends and allies with its unnerving glare. You won't see this monster coming until it's right on top of you. That's when the Megaraptor pounces, pinning you down and scattering everyone nearby to leave you defenseless. Talk about jump scare. The final indignity is that your death will give the beast the strength to shrug off any attempt to avenge you. So that's wild. Domesticated. Before you can tame a Megaraptor, you'll have to earn its respect. Find and claim its grisly altar of carcasses, then keep the enraged owner at bay with fire. What? Just make sure you stay on a consistent swivel, because this fiend will fight like hell for its trophies. This sounds terrifying. Manage to break one of these butchers and you'll share all the meat from its many skills. You'll also gain an assassin eager to isolate and murder your enemies. But know that the Megaraptor hunts alone, uncomfortable even around its own kind. This army of one will lose its fighting edge around others. Oh right, so you have to have a Megaraptor on its own. Look at that, and creeping up on a survivor behind there, and it's got carcasses. This thing sounds generally terrifying, and this looks like, do you think you could tame one of these with a torch? That would be interesting, because he's holding a torch, so like flame arrows would work, maybe? I'm not sure, but wow, this is very cool. Okay, now we have the live ops update. So recent update, which went live, and an upcoming major version next week. So we've just pushed out a Steam client that should resolve most cases where player characters, structures, creatures, and landscape and other game objects would become invisible or flicker. This client fix is also actively going through certification on both consoles, and we'll be pushing it live as soon as it releases, hopefully over the weekend, fingers crossed. This has been quite the technical maze, so we'll be monitoring closely and making tweaks if further cases of invisibility appear. Basilosaurus spawn rates have also been slightly adjusted in today's patch, so you can go and grab your blubber. We'll keep an eye on that and adjust them further if needed. As a note to Xbox users, today's client has also pushed the mod capacity by an additional 10 GB to the max cap of 60 GB. Some users may find that having a one-off download for all their mods as a consequence of this change. We've got a major version update planned for next week, and that addresses a number of long-standing pain points. While not everything below is included what's going to be releasing, we wanted to give you a loop on where things stand, especially for the most reported issues. Right, so the Labyrinth, the Spirit, Bear, and Wolf spawn issues. These are stuff they're going to be addressing. The Asterisk OSD build radius changes. Right, I owe an apology. Someone in the comment section down below said, yeah, new update, because it was meant to be coming July 15th. Then he said it's been delayed. And I said, no, it's not. He's just trolling. But then it actually has been delayed. So I owe you an apology. I know you'll know who you are if you're watching this video. Anki and Dodek continuing to harvest while slot capped when carried by a crab. Exploit fixes that are tied specifically to PvP. The less we share on these, the better, of course. We don't want more folks to actively taking advantage of them right now. Frustration issue where you could accidentally throw off your shoulder pet. Quality of life, add quick select structure feature while placing a structure. While placing a structure can ping other structures to start placing them. The Drakeling will now correctly apply the loot crate bonus for unofficial servers that have higher than default loot quality. Speedy Harvester will no longer incorrectly plays the activation sound. Appreciate the video, Hillbilly Willy. And many more. And we're currently still working through the following reports and hope to bring them into next week's release or as soon as possible. The PlayStation mod storage update, we're working through this. They're saying it's taking a bit longer to complete but remains top priority. Wild creature overspawns in the mesh on Ragnarok. And that's just a snapshot of that, what's happening on the live ops front. So stay tuned for next week's major version update. And thanks again for your continued feedback and reports. The Summer Bash is actually being extended even longer. This will now last until Monday, July 21st. I kind of had a feeling they were going to do that. I thought it was weird to end there. So yeah, this has been a 19 long day event, which I think is probably the longest ever, right? Or maybe close to it. Syntac has, I made the most beautiful mutated griffin. It does look quite nice, to be fair, which is nice. What have we got? Sparkly, explore a complete guide covering everything from taming the Dizungariothrum. I mean, I saw this actually. It's a modded creature, isn't it? And then my character with 2 babies, and then we've got when your dinner suddenly decides it wants to go to be a to-go order. What else have we got? What's this? The Tenebris or I don't know. Anyway, and then we have, anyone else remember their first? Yeah, always. That was back on Survival Evolved. Look at this. Oh, that's a painting. I thought that was actually an in-game thing. That's very cool. And then we have some photo mode, which always looks amazing. You never see a bad photo mode. And yeah. So one of the look at this. One of like the things I see here at the top is like, please do more quality of life and bug slash performance fixes. I and many others would much prefer that to new content. Now, I actually do agree with this. Like, I obviously they need to get the maps out because they need to finalize the game. You know, they need to get Valguero out. They need to get, and obviously Lost Colony wasn't part of the past game, but they're doing it because they need to make money. And that's understandable, because if it's a great DLC that adds to the ARK story, that's awesome, because we've actually been waiting for a Rat Prime for a long time. But then obviously they need to get what's after that. So we've had, it'll be Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Fjordur, and then we'll just be missing out, if I'm correct. I don't want to miss out on anything else. We'll just be missing out Crystal Isles and Lost Island, I think. And then once they're all there, the remaster would have been complete finally. And then they'll most likely do maybe another DLC. They'll probably do another season pass. Well, actually, do you know what? I really don't know. I think they're still going to carry on doing DLC for Ascended if Lost Colony sells well, because then at some point in 2027 is meant to be an early access of ARK 2. So right now, you know, we know that we got Ascended all the way up until Fjordur, which is the end of 2026. And then after that, we're meant to be getting some form of early access from ARK 2 at some point. But it could even be longer than that, to be honest, because they haven't even really started going with it. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Really looking forward to Valguero now. I mean, I'm still having so much fun on Rag, and I knew I would, and I think Rag is always just going to be the go-to map, you know, the one that's there, the one that we all really enjoy. Maybe not for everyone, but I know a lot of people and myself are the same with that. But Valguero will be interesting. I hope they make some changes to it, because it was a bit of a smaller map. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but because, you know, we're getting so much new extra area on loads of the new remastered maps, and you know, lots is changing. You know, we've had Asterisk and Ragnarok, which are like amazing. So I really feel like Val's got to be great to keep up with it. I don't know if it will still be a fun launch, but then I think Lost Colony will be very exciting after that. So things are happening and we're on the road to some even more fun times in the world of Ascended. Let's leave Aquatica in the past. Do you know what? Only one thing I'm thinking about that is, like, I feel really sad. Do you know what? I'm gonna wait till the end of it. I'm gonna end this point and then finalize the video on a point. The only reason why I do these little, like, I want to do these little, like, parts is so I can put them into timestamps, because if some people want to come to a video and only sort of listen to one thing, it makes it easier for me to cut them, and then I can put, like, and label them of what they are. But, so, ARK Aquatica has had a awful launch. We looked at it as my last video. Absolute terrible launch. The reviews are overwhelmingly negative. And I wanted to say, the only thing I feel really bad about is Snail, like, there were some layoffs within the Studio Sirens team halfway through development of Aquatica, and to be honest, at this moment in time, like, there's a very, very big chance that, like, a lot of these people that have probably worked so hard on getting Aquatica out, Studio Sirens, I don't know if they're even going to make much money out of this. Like, unless, I'm hoping they got paid like a stand-up fee for a contract. I really hope they do, because so many people have refunded Aquatica. I don't even know I don't even know whether Snail are going to tell us how it's sold. Like, it's seriously gone even worse than everyone would have thought. And I actually think, as much as I don't believe we should go backwards to Survival Evolved, because it's just too late now, I actually think that if it didn't have the mod issues and things like that, it probably could have sold fairly well. It did have a lot of frame issues, though. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the video. I probably won't do any more on that. I mean, unless there's any other drama that pops up regarding it. But thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later.